Hi, all, and thank you again for tuning in and spending a little out of another beautiful evening with me on Your News Today. Glad to have you being a part of the program tonight. We are going to go over just a couple of things and then take a brief break and jump straight to headlines in an effort to get all of the news, a lot of it happening here in the last little bit on the air tonight. So not as much edit time as I normally would allow or certainly like. With that said, still, we will talk about a motorcycle chase last night that was terminated by local authorities for high-speed reasons. A motorcycle accident at the lower end of town today that seriously injured a McGoffin County man, as well as a hit-and-run accident in downtown Sayersville happening nearly simultaneously as that before-mentioned motorcycle accident on West Maple, where, as I understand, video is right now coming in, that it was a hit-and-run accident involving two vehicles. The vehicle that fled the scene, another motorist followed, got identifying information from and notifying police, and they were able to catch the individual. That's my understanding so far, and all of this is actually going to be understood together to a large degree. Also, some coverage of the Johnson County Fiscal Court meeting and a little bit more detail. Last night I had reports of how a project was going to be delayed, a road project in Johnson County after numerous thefts. Well, a little more information on that and some pictures of the stolen equipment that you might be able to help authorities and individuals in Oil Springs locate. Before I take my break, I do have some news from the governor's desk earlier today, some big news for flood victims in a number of eastern Kentucky counties, where just earlier today, Governor Beshear said that Team Kentucky is sending over $118 million to 6 different Kentucky counties. This money is being set aside and distributed to buy out properties from willing and voluntary residents in flood-prone areas. Local officials estimate that these funds will benefit over 600 homeowners, helping them relocate to safer, higher ground residences and, of course, out of the floodplain. So the counties that will receive and share the $118 million and then some are Floyd, Knott, Letcher, McLean, Perry, and Pike counties, of course, all drastically hit by flooding as of late. The funding in response, of course, to all of those floods, which affected those counties and many other counties as well, which are trying to, of course, recover from other storms similar to this, which are all still seeing some assistance as well from various storms that we have just seen ramp up over the past few years. But in this case, it's 6 counties affected by the flooding. Of the $118 million, $106 million is federal funding coming from the Emergency Watershed Protection Program, which is administered by the National Resources Conservation Service. It's an agency under the Department of Agriculture. The EWP program requires a non-federal cost share requirement to leverage federal funds. I do not have any information on a timeline as for when this money will be distributed or when they hope to make these buyouts happen and take place. Headlines, and a lot of them, as I alluded to a moment ago, will begin in just a second. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
Welcome to the best sales, the best service, and the best selection in the viewing area and Eastern Kentucky. It's Conley Tire in Staffordsville, where they have big specials on big name brands every month. And as always, brake jobs, oil changes, computer diagnostics, and 6 months no interest. Conley Tire in Staffordsville and conleytire.net.
I wonder, could this be our last trip together? What if I upset him? He might never call again. But what if I don't say anything?
Hey, Dad. Is something wrong?
Actually, are you okay?
If someone you know or love is struggling, contact Big Sandy Healthcare today.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Next, let's take a look at a number of calls of emergency since I saw you last. We'll begin on the Mountain Parkway, where I was actually collecting garbage on Henry's Hot Dog Company's lot when authorities with the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department had attempted to make a traffic stop on a sport motorcycle, which was refusing to obey commands. Yeah, just before 7:45 or so, the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department saw a motorcycle with no visible license plate. It was a dark-colored sport bike. The rider with a dark helmet with a full face shield mask, dark clothing, and was refusing to stop after the officer tried to make a traffic stop. This is, you see them traveling west in front of Lee's Famous Recipe, and less than 2 minutes later, the same motorcycle with authorities still in chase circles around behind the health department and then comes out and then comes down, of course, the connector there between Wendy's and the Sagersville subway, and then authorities continued their pursuit on towards the Floyd County direction. As, however, the motorcycle was going back in the direction that it was originally traveling from, it started to reach speeds in excess of 80 miles per hour, and that is when the Sheriff's Department terminated the pursuit. I did learn, however, that they continued to monitor the area towards Floyd County, believing that the motorcycle at this time turned on to Abbott Creek, right there near the county line. So if anyone has any information about the potential identity of the individual, the location of the motorcycle, please contact the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. They also contacted Floyd County officials last night, but to no avail, they've been able to make any arrests at this time. Fast forward to today, and two nearly simultaneous calls of emergency in downtown Sagersville. This is West Maple Street. This is where an individual, a McGoffin County man traveling on a 5-horsepower off-road dirt bike, struck, as I understand, a utility pole on West Maple Street, striking his head either on the pole, the curb, the pavement, but striking his head and suffering a head injury. The accident victim was taken by ground ambulance to an area hospital with what was believed to be serious injuries. And almost at the same time, there was a hit-and-run accident in the downtown Sagersville area, the city limit area, in front of Ace Hardware. This is the aftermath of this pickup truck being involved in a hit-and-run accident, which was also caught on surveillance video that we were able to obtain, which clearly shows the impact. It appears to show a white SUV pulling out from Ace Hardware, turning right, and appears to be turning into the path of that blue Chevrolet Silverado. It also clearly shows that this was a significant impact, shown here in real time, that the driver would very well have been aware of before the driver stomped on the gas and fled the scene. Now, the video doesn't show what I am told was another motorist seeing this happen, getting behind the Jeep and getting the license plate number and some other identifying information and getting it to authorities. Unconfirmed reports from eyewitnesses at the scene of this say that Officer Neil Adams, Chief of Police with the Sagersville PD, was able to get that information and able to leave the scene he was on, I believe, or another officer, possibly with the county or state. I'm still uncertain, still gathering those facts, but another officer was able to locate that vehicle and I'm sure discuss it with the driver. I suspect we'll have some information for an update on tomorrow's program. Last night, I informed those who travel a specific area of Johnson County about a situation there, and I've got a little more to add tonight as the state Transportation Cabinet from District 12 was notifying us yesterday that starting today near Tudor Key, a mile point 5.5, they were closing that area of road on 581 to traffic out of an abundance of caution, simply saying that temporary signals that had allowed one-lane traffic to continue to move in that area had been repeatedly stolen, making it unsafe for drivers. Now we know what kind of equipment was stolen, and they're hoping that someone might be able to help them recover it. The Oil Springs Fire and Rescue Department tells us that this is the unit that was stolen. This is a light tower / generator. It provides its own power and provides alternate power as well. Red in color. It's got some reflective striping that is blue and white in color. And sometime between Saturday morning and Saturday evening, someone hitched up to it with a 2-inch ball, probably, and pulled it out of there, which could be easily done with a side-by-side small car even. They are currently reviewing security surveillance video from the area in hope of finding some leads. But if you have any information about this single axle light / generator unit, please contact Paintsville or Johnson County authorities. This equipment did belong to Oil Springs Fire and Rescue Station 2, and of course doesn't come cheap. If you have any information, please call local authorities in Johnson County. The Johnson County Fiscal Court met in regular session this week. I've got coverage of that meeting in just a few seconds. While I'm getting that ready and preparing it, let's go to tonight's calendar, which is also prefaced by a couple of announcements that I don't have on the screen. The first, a reminder about this Saturday's second of two and last free dump day at Rumpke here on 460 West here in Magoffin County. From 8 until 4 this Saturday for the second and last time this year, they are having a free dump day. You can take up to a truckload of the large items you just can't take or set out to the curb. And it is free, of course, no tires, no hazardous waste, but all the big stuff, furniture and the like, things of that nature, no construction materials, you can take this coming Saturday. Now, on that note, one of the things we'll talk about in tonight's Johnson County Fiscal Court meeting is also somewhat similar. To some degree, they have a hazardous waste and electronic dump day, so to speak, coming up, and I'll have that in a minute. Right now, it's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar. First off, birthday wishes. Happy birthday to Goldie over at the Justice Center. This comes from all of your work family, your family and friends. The happiest of birthdays, Goldie. Happy birthday to you. Hope you had a good one. A reminder, tomorrow is Commodity Day for the Magoffin County Senior Citizens Program, 11 till 1. They will have the waiting list from 2 till 3. And as always, any Commodity Day ever, they always have, and they will always need assistance. So if you can take a little time, go down before 11, help them get the commodities ready, stay for as long as you can. It's just a great way to spend an afternoon helping a bunch of wonderful folks. The Magoffin County Health Department has a dementia community meeting coming up Tuesday the 28th of this month. This is going to be 11:30 till 3. They're going to be hosted by Kathy Hembry, who will be there, and it's a chance to share experiences and offer support and learn from one another in a compassionate and understanding environment. The Magoffin County Health Department, October the 28th, 11:30 till 1. Lunch will be provided. Water into Wine canceled their services today, and they are having their Senior Commodity Day tomorrow, the 16th, from 9 until 11. And I have calendar announcements every night, and I'll put yours on here gladly. Send those to me, and birthdays and anniversaries, of course, as well. Other announcements tonight via funeral services brought to you by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, and they start with services which will be held Saturday at 1 for 27-year-old Caitlin Angel Harmon of Sagersville, who passed away Tuesday, survived by her fiancé Russell and her 3 sons, Hayden Wooten, Jackson Sloan, and Ryan Harmon, and her 4 daughters, Caitlin Harmon, Grace Lynn Sloan, and Gabriella Sowers, and Aria Sowers, and her brothers, Austin Harmon and Trey Rigdon, and her sisters, Kelly and Holly, Kenna, Anna Marie, Carson, and Ashlyn. Services again start Saturday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation Friday evening from 6 until 9. The next announcement comes in honor of 58-year-old Timothy Eichler of Betsy Lane, who passed away Tuesday at Pikeville Med. Son of William and Shirley Daedrick Eichler. He is survived by his sons Matthew and Brandon, and his brother William, and a host of family and friends. A memorial service celebrating the life of Timothy will be announced at a later date by the Sayersville Funeral Home. And lastly, tonight, this asked to be read in loving memory of Chris Arnott from a host of family and friends. One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air, 496-6651. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. 3 days into the week, we'll get you 3 pieces of chicken and all the fixins at your Sayersville Lee's. Wednesday's special is a 3-piece meal, breast leg thigh or leg thigh wing, and both come with your choice of any 2 of our famous homemade sides and a biscuit. And our daily specials are available every day, 10 until 8 o'clock. The dining room open 10 till 9:30, and the drive-thru open 10 till 10 daily at your Sayersville Lee's. While often helpful, did you know that popular non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen and naproxen and others increase your risk of having a heart attack or stroke, as well as other internal issues? And those risks are significantly higher with prolonged use and higher dosages. Find out all you need to know about common concerns and cautions and options when you stop by and talk to a Parkway Pharmacy pharmacist in Sayersville. Don't let the colors and shades and styles of the season escape. New must-see arrivals are at the seasonal shop. Already famous for their most cozy of home decor, and now for ladies' fashions too. Business, casual, a night out, they have you taken care of. And when it comes to a night in, the shop has gone all in on their sleepwear selections that are even more comfortable than they are already classic. And don't forget bridal and baby registry at the shop, the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
It's just the perfect spot to grab lunch, a snack, something sweet, pick up your meds, or have them brought to you curbside. It's your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy that's been proud to serve you and your families for over 100 years. And now on their already incredible menu, fresh baked goods from the Daily Bread. Frazier's Prater Drugstore, 349-3135. Quite a bit of ground to cover from this Monday night's regular meeting of the Johnson County Fiscal Court. We'll begin with Judge Mark McKenzie's discussion about this second community strategic plan that they are putting together and how they're developing this 5-year plan to help guide community priorities, investments, and goals. And they're having a public meeting for just this coming up on Tuesday, 6 o'clock at the Country Music Highway Museum. And they're wanting to get as much input as possible and get as many folks as possible to fill out this strategic plan and answer some general questions about what they think they need for Johnson County and the Paintsville area. They've even got a QR code to make it nice and easy.
I can't stress enough how important it is to complete the survey. These were critical for us back in 2020 when we did our original strategic plan. And the strategic plan is online, and it really served as a great roadmap for us as we pursued projects, because it told us 1,500 people roughly completed surveys during the last strategic plan. So it really gave us a really good idea of what folks were looking for in the community, what they wanted us to put effort toward, that type of thing. So it's a great tool for us, but we really need the input from the community. So we're trying to make it as easy as we possibly can for you to complete the survey. So there's a flyer on the screen there, but you can find that on various social media platforms, and it's a QR code. If you're familiar with QR codes, you can scan that QR code, takes you straight to it. It's probably going to take you 10 to 15 minutes to complete the survey. So if you can give up 10, 15 minutes of your time to complete that, it'd be very, very helpful. Share that on your own social media pages, get that out there so that we can get these surveys back in. If you are not comfortable with QR codes, we have it in paper form as well, so we can provide that to you to fill out a paper form. So just let us know how we can help you get this survey in your hands so that you can help complete it. But it's a great, great tool for us. 2020 was a really good resource, and we really want 2025 to be the same for us. So please fill out that, complete that survey as quickly as possible for the strategic plan update for this year.
By way of some other announcements from Judge McKenzie, he reminded everyone of one of the very few in this area, 18-hole disc golf courses that's in the Thialca Park, which is becoming quite popular, and how the weather is still great for taking advantage of that. He also spoke about how they're going to repurpose part of the basketball court. They're going to make it a half-court basketball court, but they're going to turn the other half into a pickleball court or courts in the Thialca Park, like the ones that they already have in the Van Leer Park. And then he made the announcement about the household hazardous waste and electrical waste collection event that's coming up in Johnson County on Saturday the 25th. Not this Saturday, but next. Building off of their household hazardous waste event last year, they're adding electronic waste, which essentially is anything with a cord, as he described. Any type of appliance or electronic devices can be taken to the City Garage on Route 40, that's 661 3rd Street in Paintsville, Saturday the 25th from 8 until noon. And this is a free service and a great opportunity, because throwing these items away, to do it right is, not an easy thing to do and can be costly sometimes. And this is free to the Johnson County public. He also reminded everyone that Trick or Treat has been set for the 30th. That's Thursday, 6 to 8 in Paintsville and Johnson County. And one of the last moments that we'll cover tonight was the judge and fiscal court stopping to honor a long-lost friend. The experience and the steady hand and the guidance of 44 years from Gary McClure, who recently passed away, leaving behind a legacy in emergency management.
So this is a recognition for years of service, and I know a lot of these things have been said in the past, but we certainly want to get them on paper officially from the fiscal court, because Gary obviously was outstanding in his service to us and to this community, and want to give this to you, Regina, for Gary's years of service. But obviously he was invaluable in everything that he did for us and helping us keep all our people safe. That sometimes we lose sight of that's our number one responsibility, is to keep our people safe and their property safe as best we possibly can. And when we face what we've faced in the last 7 years with natural disasters and pandemics and all those things, you really appreciate folks who have the experience and again, the steady hand to help navigate us through this. And so this is just, again, a recognition of years of service to Gary Lee McClure from the Johnson County Fiscal Court. So thank you. We appreciate that. Hey, one more thing if you want to hang on to that. And so we're also going to put this in our emergency management conference room, which is a picture of Gary in his turnout gear. So we will hang that in our conference room over in the emergency management office, which is in the 342 building right next door. So this will be over there as a reminder to us of what it means to be a public servant and to obviously protect our people and property as best we possibly can, because he certainly was a great example, and this will be a reminder for us going forward every time we sit down in that conference room over there. So want to also get this done. So thank you.
Look this way, please.
Now let's wrap it up with a pretty decent outlook tonight. We've got a little bit of everything, not everything. We've got a little more action than what we've had, certainly. We've got a couple of big storm systems that we'll talk about certainly tomorrow and into your Friday as to what we might see out of them for the weekend. I don't think it's going to be anything on the severe side at all at this point, but we do need some showers. We have not seen any for a while. We did top out at 76 today, beating estimates, and I thought we would be in the mid-70s. I think that I was pretty close on that one. Right now, 71. We started off at 49 degrees this morning. I think we'll be a little colder than that tonight, and most definitely tomorrow night. Clear skies tonight, calm winds. Cooler air is rolling into town tomorrow. Upper 60s. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 70-degree mark or two tomorrow, but it's going to be mostly sunny, mostly clear, noticeably cooler tomorrow, and certainly tomorrow night into the upper 30s. For your Friday, we bounce back 70, 46 for your high, for your low Sunny. Now, Friday night, we'll see some clouds, but nothing to be made from them, just mostly cloudy skies, I think. Saturday, we're back to sunny skies, and we'll definitely hit the 80. That's been upgraded to a full-blown 80, and then some for your Saturday. A beautiful first half of your weekend. Now, it's Saturday night, clouds will start to thicken. Showers are not likely until, I think, during the overnight 2, 3, 4 in the a.m. Sunday morning. So we'll push it off to there and call Sunday with showers to the tune of 80%, and showers likely mainly before 8 o'clock Sunday night. Daytime highs will be 68 and 40-ish. Cold air behind that system has us down around 64 for your Monday, but sunny but chilly, and 42 for your low. Then we bounce back to Tuesday. 70, 45, a 10%, 20% maybe chance of just some run-of-the-mill showers. And then Wednesday, we go back another 5 degrees to about 65 degrees. So definitely ping-pong, seesaw, whatever you want to call it. We're kind of going back and forth between some mild and not so mild, and certainly some chilly conditions in your 7-day. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow, publication day for the Sagersville Independent. A lot of news and information there, a lot of entertainment, a lot of local sports that you need to put in your hands, hopefully before I see you back here next time. Thank you. For now, good night, and see you tomorrow.